All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you all for joining me today. Please come into a comfortable place on your mats and allow your bodies to just come into a comfortable position, whatever that is that you choose. You might decide to lie down on your back, or you might decide to sit up, whatever feels right. And invite this sense of transition into this new space. Maybe the eyes close. And begin to go inside. Connect with your breath. And connect with the sensation of earth and start to sense and take into your body the earth element. While at the same time inviting the in-breath and the out-breath to elongate. So that more space is being created around the belly, around the chest, around the shoulders, the neck, the throat. And as you breathe in and out, notice any sense of constriction. Just create space around the constriction in the upper back, in the mid back. Breathe into your kidneys. Breathe into your heart space. Breathe into your liver and your spleen. Throat. And feel your own weight. Let go of fighting gravity and just feel your weight against the ground. Invoking a sense of peace, a sense of okayness with this moment. Whatever it is that's going on in your life situation, just notice a subtle window that opens up to the background of peace. Behind the sensations, behind the emotions, behind the thoughts. One more deep breath in. And a long breath out. Beautiful. And start to wake up the body now to come into a place of just expansion. So if you're lying down, you might also, or if you're sitting up, just reaching the arms overhead and just feeling this expansion. Make fists with your hands to circle your wrists around. And in the other direction. And slowly take your time to roll over onto your side and come up to a seated position if you're not there already. Take a few moments to just kind of circle your shoulders around. And kind of look side to side a bit. Maybe even massaging your neck with your hand. And just taking some time to check in with the physical body, your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, your arms. And once you feel the sturdiness of your sits bones on the earth, the sturdiness of the spine elongating from the root all the way up, bring the hands to heart space. Sense the long spine, the open heart. The pull of gravity and the pull upwards through the crown of the head into space. Invite a sense of sovereignty. Just honoring this being that you are, this sovereign human experience in this life. And bowing to that sovereignty by joining together with the sound of Om. A cleansing breath, inhale, exhale. Inhale. Slowly make your way into a table pose. And start to arch and curl the spine a few times. Experience the tilting of the tailbone upwards and the opening of the chest forward with the in-breath. And then experience that curl that expands the upper back, expands the mid-back. Take a couple more times, involving the throat, center. Nice. Now, take your knees and separate them a little bit wider. Rock side to side a few times and circle back and towards the side and back a few times. Accessing your inner hips and your lower back. And allow your left hand to root down firmly into the earth, right under your left shoulder. As you open up towards a twist to the right, make a fist with your hand and circle your upper wrist. And thread the arms through with the exhale. With the inhale, open it back up. And with the exhale, thread it through again. 2 more times. Last time, open up, inhale. On the exhale, circle it through to the front, thumb facing up. And bring your elbow towards your rib cage. Draw it forward again and open back up. Breath in. On the breath out, circle it forward and towards the rib cage. Back to the front and open. Breath in. Last time. Open one last time and thread it through and rest there for a moment. Potentially expanding that opposite arm, that left arm upwards, or to the side or to the front. Come back through to the center and plant your right hand down on the ground as you open up through your left arm. Breath in. Opposite arm. Good? Yeah. Oh, you did the other one? If you did the other one, then make sure you switch and thread through. Take it again with the inhale. And the exhale. 2 more times. In and out. Last time, breath in. And on the out, bring it forward and towards the rib cage. Forward and up. Just really getting into those shoulders. And forward again, and to ribs, forward and out. One last time. And now thread it through and rest. Take your time to return back to the center. Adjust your knees so that they're under your hips. And curl your toes under for a moment to lift your knees slightly off the ground. Just a couple of inches. Feel your core connection here. Pressing the floor away and really engaging the muscles around the elbows. For 3, 2, and 1, extend the hips up and back, downward dog. And relax your neck and shoulders a lot. And just breathe, pedaling the feet. Reach the right leg up towards the sky. Inhale. And stack your hips so that your right hip is on top of your left. You're just going to bend and extend that top leg a bunch of times. Maybe circle the ankles a bunch of times. Or the hip. Release it back down, taking the left leg up towards the sky. Bending and extending. Nice. Return back in a downward dog with the in-breath. With the out-breath, shift forward in a plank and release down onto your forearms. Feel that strong core connection as you get here. Tuck the tailbone under a little more. Draw your chest forward and isometrically draw the elbows back for 3, 2, 1. Release your hips down to the ground and elongate your legs nice and long towards the back. And then tent your fingers as you activate the shoelace sides of the feet. Lift your chest, then release your lower ribs and open up through the arms. Squeeze those legs so much the shoelace sides of the feet activate firm into the earth. Inhale here, and with the exhale, draw the arms forward. Tent your fingers and release your head down. Let's inhale again as you open up through the chest. Lift your legs this time. Exhale, release. 3 more, in and out. In and out. Last time, breath in. And on the breath out, plant your hands alongside your chest. Draw the elbows back, really firm. Curl the toes under. Squeeze your legs and press yourself back up into a plank to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Notice where it is that you're holding tension and gain access once again to the sovereignty of the long spine. How it holds the structure of the body with integrity. There's firmness and solidity in the physical body that is really beautiful as you ground your hands and ground your feet inside the earth. Long breath in, long breath out. Bend your knees a lot and press your hips back as you look forward. Inhale. With the exhale, walk forward into a forward fold. Notice if the knees need to bend just a little more so that there's a bit more loosening around the torso. Activate the feet super firm in the earth and rise up to standing. 2 arms reach overhead as you arrive. Breath in. And on the breath out, as the palms come to heart space, you sink back into a chair pose. Notice how the tailbone could tilt too far back or be too low. See if you can find that neutral place between the two. Feet are super active. See if you can kind of suction cup the ground by lifting and separating the toes and gaining access to the full surface of earth with your feet. For 3, sink a little deeper. 2 and 1. Rise up, breath in. And breath out, palms to heart space. Gain access to your roots beneath the earth. Gain access to the length of your spine, the length of your neck, to your heart beating inside your chest. And from this place of ground, we start to flow. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bow, hinge from the hips, forward fold. In for a halfway lift. Out as you plant your palms and step back into a downward facing dog. Inhale here, and on the exhale, shift forward in a plank pose. Press the floor away and elongate the chest forward. Lower the knees to the ground for your first chaturanga as you draw those elbows towards the midline, lowering halfway, then all the way down. Active legs, open heart. The arms lift, goalpost, as you engage those legs inside the earth. Rising back up, press yourself back up through table or plank to downward dog. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Taking your second version of Chaturanga Dandasana, shift forward in a plank again. Inhale. Activate those elbows towards the midline as you lower down halfway, then opening up to upward facing dog. Breath in. And on the breath out to your downward facing dog. Notice which one of those transitional flows worked better for your body, and take either one of those throughout the class. Right leg rises to the sky, inhale. On the exhale, the knee comes towards the chest, curl it. Do it again 3 more times. Breath in and out. In, out. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward, warrior 1. Dial the back heel down, open it up, breath in. On the breath out, warrior 2. Take your reverse warrior with the in-breath. On the out-breath, cartwheel the hands through to your downward dog. From here, either stay in down dog or vinyasa through with your version of the Chaturanga Dandasana, shifting forward to your plank maybe, or skipping it. Take it in as the left leg rises. On the out, knee to chest curl. 3 more times. Step it forward, warrior 1. And opening up to warrior 2. Reversing the warrior with the in-breath. On the out-breath, cartwheeling through to down dog or vinyasa. Deep breath in. Let it go. And 1 more time. And out. Feel the sturdiness of the earth. And start to also become aware of the element of water in your body, the flow of fluids, the breath is fluid. Taking the right leg up towards the sky with the next in-breath once again. On the out-breath, the knee comes towards the chest, and you step forward in a warrior 1. As you rise up, take your arms overhead, make fists with your hands, and open up towards the sides and draw that chest forward and up. As you find that nice opening through the throat, through the heart, breath in. On the breath out, curl within your spine, look down and bring those fingertips towards one another. Inhale, open back up. Maybe you even extend that front leg. And exhale, curl. Don't lose track of your feet, the strength of the feet in the ground. Breath in. And out. 2 more. And out. Last time, breath in. And out. Reach the arms overhead with the in-breath. On the out-breath, a warrior 2. See if you can get that circular motions throughout the wrists one more time. And reverse your warrior for an in-breath. On the out-breath, come into a side angle lunge. Take a couple more times of alternations between the two. Just feel through the side body. As you expand, maybe you even elongate the front leg when you reverse and come back. One last time as you reverse your warrior, breath in. On the breath out, hold a side angle lunge for a moment, allowing the right elbow to relax onto the thigh, yet activating through the feet firm. Checking in with your own heart space. Is it constricted? Can you soften around it a little bit more? Can the feet be even more rooted in the earth without collapsing into your joints? Stay firm in your core. And one more in-breath. On the out-breath, rise up, come into a wide-legged stance, and from here, find a wide-legged forward fold. As you bow forward in a forward fold, let the torso kind of become fluid in its potential movement side to side. And if it feels good to side bend with the knees and rock side to side. And at some point, regain access to stillness. Just noticing the variations in movements within you. And while the body is seemingly still, there are so many internal movements. The thoughts are moving, the sensations are moving. The emotional state is changing. Even our ideas and thoughts about ourselves are changing. One more in-breath as you come back into a halfway lift. On the out-breath, walk your hands towards your left leg into a runner lunge. Feet are hip distance apart. You can take your left hand to your... Did I mess you up? I messed you up. Turn back towards the wide edge of the mat and go towards your other leg facing me. I totally was like, why are they turning away from me? I know. Like, now, toe heel that foot just a little bit more, Patrick, towards the right. Now that way the feet are hip distance apart. From here, we're going to take a twist to your right. So twist from the mid-back and try not to collapse into your left shoulder. Just reaching upwards. Good. Breathe it in and breathe it out. 2 more. Last time, breath in. On the breath out, release the right hand back to the ground, plant both palms down, and extend the right leg up and back in a three-legged dog. This time around, you might find a flip dog if that's in your practice and feels good to you. Situating the legs firmly as you open through the heart. Press the hips up and squeeze your glutes to protect your lower back. Come back to the center. For downward facing dog, take a breath in. And on the breath out, shift forward for a forearm plank again. And as you do this forearm plank, see once again if the tailbone can tuck under slightly. The chest can draw forward more. Engage the pelvic floor and pull the navel in and up for 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down, open through your heart, and take locust pose. Arms extend sideways, legs lift. Feel the integrity of your upper back as you squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Feel yourself strong, building this fire now in the belly. Fire element is all over through your legs, your glutes, your core. One more in breath. On the out breath, press yourself back up to your downward dog. Breathing it in and breathing it out. And the left leg rises up. Inhale. You might take your time here to bring the knee to the chest as you curl. And step forward, warrior one on the other side. Rise up. And come back to this motion that we were doing before, where the heart opens and the chest draws forward. The shoulder blades hug and breathe in. On the breath out, that opposite motion of curling, looking down. Inhale, draw length. And exhale, curl. 2 more. And out. As you breathe in, take in that entire universe within your heart. Just feel that openness. And exhale, curl. With the next in-breath, arms reach overhead. On the out-breath, a warrior two on the other side. Let's take that alternation between a side angle and a reverse warrior. And making this phase of the class really feel good and actually start to sense your own side body, sense your own body. One of the things that yoga has brought into my life is the ability to experience my body from the inside, to be in my body. There's so many of us walking around not in our bodies and just really in our heads with the bodies kind of following around. And yoga helps with that process of embodiment. Holding your side angle eventually. Active feet, strong core, full lungs. Soft neck and jaw. Good. One more deep in breath. On the out breath, rise back up into a wide-legged stance again and a wide-legged forward fold. Deep breath in together. On the breath out, walk your hands towards your left foot. Coming into a runner lunge, take care to situate your feet hip distance here. And then with either a block under your right hand or not, see if you can hover a little so that you're not collapsed into your twist to the left. Take a breath in and a breath out. 2 more. The last one. Return back to the center. Plant both palms down. Extend your left leg up and back in a 3-legged dog. Maybe a flip dog on this side as well. Situating your feet in the right place before going any further. And pressing that floor away from you, trying not to collapse into your right shoulder. 1 more breath in. On the breath out, return to downward dog. And one last time, shift forward in a plank pose. This time, holding your plank as you bring your right knee to the chest and back, left knee to the chest and back. Micro bend through the elbows. Try not to collapse your hips to the ground. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower to your forearms. Draw your chest forward, squeeze your glutes, keep your hips lifted, lower just the knees. Holy shit, right? Just the knees, just the knees. Feel the inside of that core center. I just cursed. I hope no one is offended. Drop your hips a little more, please. Yes, yes, yes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way. Come into Sphinx pose. Hallelujah. Sphinx pose. Elbows draw into the ground and back. A little bit of a belly stretch here. Heart open. And we're just going to lower the chest down and draw the left arm to the side. Make a kickstand with the right hand and just find a bit of a chest stretch here without overly sinking into your shoulder. Just try to take care of that shoulder. One more in breath. With the out, take it to the other side. Come back to the center. Notice your right hand. Draw it forward with the elbow slightly bent. Tent the fingers. Bring your left hand as a kickstand and lift yourself now so that you have a side body stretch. Good. Back down to the center. Switch arms and lift. You don't want to go too far forward. Good. All right, let's do it again. Try not to draw the arms so far forward. Have it be close enough so that you can really be able to press and find that side stretch. Do you feel it, Stacy? Yeah. Come back through and do it on the other side. On the side body right here. Yeah. You feel it? Oh, good. Nice. Good. Come back through. And press up. Plank to downward dog. Nice. Let's take the right leg up to the sky with the in-breath. On the out-breath, knee to the chest as you step forward for your Crescent Lunge. See if you can bend your back knee slightly, tucking that pelvis under. Reach those arms overhead with the in-breath. On the out-breath, dip down, pulling down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, walk the back foot forward slightly, dial the back heel down, and turn to the opposite side just slightly to loosen up through your hip. Good. Face the front again. Activate your feet into the earth like you're stretching the mat apart. Imagine there's a bar underneath your rib cage that's really wide and long. And you're going to try to surpass it with an open heart into a back bend. So you're not collapsing into your lower back. Look at the difference. You're not going like this. You're drawing your hips forward, activating feet strong, and opening up from this place. Deep breath in. On the breath out, we're going to shift forward and come into a warrior 3 variation. So you will extend that left leg back. And then use any version of the arms that you wish. You might potentially extend the arms sideways or not. For 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Bring that left knee towards the chest. And twist towards your left, taking your right hand up and over. Stay active in that right foot. Press the floor away. Grow tall for 3, 2, 1. Release the foot down. Take that right foot behind you. Press the shoelace side onto the earth. And dial the heel to the left and to the right, just to give a little stretch to your foot. That should feel a little yummy. Yeah. Then we're going to stay on this foot in balance, coming into dancer pose. Bending the right knee, grab a hold of the right ankle. And again, tuck the tailbone under so that you have the stability in the pelvis. Maybe this is where you work, and this is plenty. Or you press back and hinge forward at the same time for dancer pose. Keep your gaze on a point a few feet from you on the ground that is stable for 3, 2, and 1. Release and relax. Shake it up. Shake it up a little. Let the wrists also shake up. Shake it all up. Good. Now, let's flow back to your downward dog. However you get there is great. You might flow and take your vinyasa, chaturanga, dandasana. You might go straight to your downward dog. Take a breath in and a breath out, bow, forward fold. In a half lift. Out as you plant your palms and take it to either downward dog or a vinyasa through. Deep breath in as the left leg rises to the sky. On the breath out, the knee comes to the chest. And you step forward for your Crescent Lunge. As you rise up, stabilize your pelvis so that it's not like arching back like this. Tilt the tailbone under, squeeze those glutes. Take the arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, dip. In, out. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, situate your feet, nice long legs as you turn back and forth a couple of times. Then prepare to come into that Warrior 3 or variation from Warrior 3. As you bend the front knee. Actually, we forgot the back bend. I like the back bend. Let's do it. So draw your hips forward a little. Lift your chest. Imagine the bar. And open it up. Some of us might really enjoy interlacing the hands behind the back. For me, it feels good for a moment, and then it doesn't anymore. So you can do it quickly. Good. Now, come back to neutral and prepare to come into that balance pose. shifting into it. Hands to chest can help you stabilize. Keep your gaze on the ground, long neck. For 3, 2, 1. Activate the left foot into the ground as the right knee comes up towards the chest. Re-ground yourself, reroot yourself. Find that sovereign, long expression before twisting to the other side. Deep in-breath, long out-breath. Come back to the center, relax. Take the left shoelace side of the foot towards the back and rock side to side. And then before you go anywhere, situate that foot on the ground, lift and separate your toes, and kind of like suction cup the ground with your foot. Like feel as if nothing's going to budget off that ground no matter what. Like really rooted. Then come into a balanced pose. Stay concentrated on your foot. And go a little further with a quad stretch. And potentially further into a dancer pose. Pressing the foot back as actively as you're pressing the bottom foot into the ground. So what's important in balance is breath, ground, and drishti. Slowly release. And let's rock side to side. Wonderful. Good. Let's come on down onto the ground. Find your way into a bit of a squat pose, yogi squat. If this is uncomfortable, you can lift yourself up a little higher, place your elbows on your thighs. It'll just turn it more into a strength pose, which is pretty hard, actually. So from here, we're just going to open through the heart a little bit more. Just draw a bit length upward. And stretch the wrists slightly against one another. And then plant your hands on the ground a bit further than you would think, not that close. And toe heel the feet slightly so you can hug your upper arms with your knees. So once you hug your upper arms with your knees, then the process is to just keep your gaze on the floor forward, lift your butt slightly and hinge forward, activating arms against legs, legs against arms. Potentially, those toes will lift off the ground. And slowly release and come on down into a seated position, bringing the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Situate your hands behind you for a moment. Just find a heart opening here. And then slowly separate your legs a little wider. Maybe we stay in this upright position for a while. And close the eyes and just feel everything descending down into the roots. All the tension that we're holding on to. Let go of tension. Let go of tension in the shoulders, in your chest, in your belly. Feel your sits bones get heavy. Imagine roots are growing down under your sits bones, inside the earth, in the rich dark soil of the earth. All the way down, down, down. Deep breath in and a breath out. Good. And if a forward fold feels good to you here, I don't want to keep you from it. Take it for a bit. Come on out of the pose. Take your legs to the edges of the mat. Bend them slightly as you turn them over to the right and reach towards the back. Like you're reaching to grab something from behind you. Back to the center and to the other side. One more time on each side. And to the other. Good. Come back to the center. Take your left foot to the front of your right ankle or shin and twist to the left with a kickstand behind you. Maybe this is as far as we go and it feels great, or you might take a hold of the ankle or the shin, extending the left leg. Coming back through and switching legs. Situating sits bones, finding the long spine, then turning. And transitioning into an elongated leg if it suits you. And it adds value. For me, the value that it adds is it stretches through the outer hip and into my leg, and it feels good. But if you feel that it has kind of taken you out of the integrity of the posture, then why do it? Well, I mean, if it messes your integrity, why would you challenge yourself, right? Come back to the center. And then take your way slowly into another Baddha Konasana. This time the feet are going to go a bit more forward, just a bit more forward than they were before. And when you bow forward this time, it should give you an outer thigh, outer hip stretch as you walk them more forward than usual. Do you feel it? Good. If you want a little bit more stretch, you might take the outside edges and press them forward. Yeah? It's kind of like an assist. If you have stinky feet, I don't know what to tell you. It's getting really close. I know, right? The masks. Slowly come on out of the pose. And let's come into pigeon pose. So I'm going to cue you into a pigeon on your right side, on your right leg. If you like the prone pigeon, you can come into it however you wish, extending the left leg back. If you like a double pigeon, you can just seatedly cross your right leg on top of your left thigh. Or you could take that same pose into a reclined pigeon, pulling that left knee towards the chest. So see which one suits your body right now best. Let's see if we can just breath by breath start to let go of any tension that's still held in the body. And track your breath with your attention. Track your breath all the way in and all the way out. Notice that which is unmoving. There is a stillness. A certain silence. Which is behind all movement. If you track the movement to it, it takes you to it. And slowly taking your time to switch legs. However you get to the other side is okay. Once you settle in your pose, notice the activity. It could be mental activity, it could be emotional activity, or sensory. And follow the activity deeper and deeper in. If you encounter a contraction, don't avoid it, but rather go inside of it. Breathe into it and follow it through till its end. One more deep breath in. On the breath out, we'll slowly make our way onto our backs, and if everyone can have their heads face me and legs face back, that would be ideal as you lie on your back. And as you arrive onto your backs, take one last posture of your choice. It could be some rocking motions, side to side or knees to chest. Or a reclining twist or a happy baby pose. Let your whole body eventually meet the earth and surrender to gravity. And start to notice all the places that are pulling away from gravity. Invite a sense of acceptance towards them versus fighting them. And a sense of space and breath. As we meet whatever arises with acceptance, and a sense of allowing. And freedom. Freedom can be here. Everything is welcome. There is no repression and resistance. But as you encounter resistance, we accept the resistance as well. And as a sovereign being, freedom is our birthright. As a sovereign being, we are aware of our interconnectedness with the whole and our sense of uniqueness and unique contributions to the whole. And we stand for that, we stand. For what our function is in this whole. And as we honor ourselves, and refuse to abandon ourselves, we begin to sense the beauty of our interconnectedness. With all there is. We melt into being and let life hold us. We stay. We be. We are. Om. Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Take a breath in and a breath out. And very gently start to find some movement around your body. Waking the body up. And if you prefer to remain reclined for the close of our practice, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, slowly roll over onto your side in fetal position for a few moments there. Eventually lifting yourself up to your seated position. And facing me again. Bring the hands to your heart, maybe joined together or placed on the heart. And find a certain sense of reverence for the mystery out of which all things arise and transform. Great mystery of life. Full of beauty, full of pain, full of joy, full of experiences. And closing the practice together with the sound of Om, take a cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I thank you for allowing me to teach you today. The Great Spirit in me acknowledges and bows to the Great Spirit in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.